Everyone is talking about ERP 2.0. How much do you know about ERP 1.0? How did people react to it when it was first implemented? Here's a history of ERP in Singapore in perfect Singlish. So, why are there ERPs in the first place? You see, back in the early 1970s, traffic congestion started to become an issue as more people bought cars. The key congestion happened mostly in the CBD. Between 1962 to 1973, cars were growing at 8.8% annually. Now remember, there were no MRT yet. A committee called the Road Transport Action Committee, a high-level committee comprising officials from the ministries of national development, communications, home affairs, and finance, was developed to solve this problem. They came up with the area licensing scheme, which aims to reduce peak hour traffic in the city by up to 30%. How it worked was simple. If you enter CBD during peak hours, you need to pay $3 per day. If we add in inflation, that's almost $17 in today's dollars. Still got many creative ideas to complement the system, but you get the brief idea. It was quite successful as cars entering CBD was reduced from 42,790 in March 1975 to 11,363 in September 1975 and October 1975. But how people got to CBD then? They either carpool or take buses. There were many other changes, like having ALS in other places, changes in the price and hours and whatnot. But with the success, there must be ALS too, right? In comes ERP. You will have heard that ERP is the world's first thingy that can suck money out from moving cars. But no, it's actually Norway. You see, over in other countries, there are toll roads. Singapore actually got, like at Sentosa or borders with JB, but let's not confuse you. When you enter a road, you need to pay a fee, known as a toll. Because you are kind of, using the road. If you have been to Malaysia before and then went on a long trip, you know that you have to stop at certain toll booths to pay toll. Those aren't the same as ALS or ERP since their objective isn't to discourage you to drive in during peak hours, but just for you to pay pay entrance fee for using that specific road. So basically Norway has used some sort of ERP style thingy for toll back in 1986. But back then Hong Kong could be the first one to use a ERP style thingy to ease congestion Because they had done a 21-month trial from 1983 to 1985 to use an ERP to ease congestion, and it did work. However, there were backlash from the public as the train system was just built and income has dropped, so they didn't continue with that. Jialat say Hong Kong will U-turn due to public pressure. Not like my country that's super firm. That one different. That one just affect. So, in 1989, the Singapore government decided to go ahead with ERP and then it went through a series of studies and tenders. Back then, LTA wasn't even formed yet and there were other agencies in charge of various other aspects of Singapore, like Registrar of Vehicles for vehicles, Roads and Transport Division of the Public Works Department for Roads and Transport, and then etc. As works on ERP were ongoing, LTA was formed by merging several public entities in 1995. And interestingly, cash card was also introduced in 1995, which was primarily used for ERP and car park. Finally, in September 1997, the installation of IUs on vehicles started and gantries were built. On 1st April 1998, the first two ERP gantries were activated. One near Fort Road and the other one on the Opera Road uprim to the ECP. Yes, it was activated on April's Fool Day, which didn't make anyone laugh. It's not like our government always starts something important on 1st April. Oh, meow. When it first started, there was some hoo-ha. In 3 days, the ERP gantries detected 441 vehicles with no cash card, 155 vehicles with no IUs, and 8 did not have enough cash in their cash card. According to cameras, the authorities also saw some people inserting their cards too late. Months later, experts from other countries started to sing phrases about it. Now, here's something you probably didn't know. ERP 2.0 was actually announced to be considered back in 2010, and the tender for that was called back in 2016, and it was supposed to be rolled out from 2020. But COVID-19 hit, and then the microchip shortage also hit, which is why it's delayed until today. It's not just PM Lee's retirement as Prime Minister that is delayed due to COVID.